Welcome to another production of Source Selection Soundbites. These productions foster learning, insight, and the ability to perform. Today's topic is OCI FAR Guidance. Today we will discuss definitions and the applicability of OCI regulations, contracting officer responsibilities, and the general OCI rules. An organizational conflict of interest may result when factors create an actual or potential conflict of interest on an instant contract, or when the nature of the work to be performed on the instant contract creates an actual or potential conflict of interest on a future acquisition. In the latter case, some restrictions on future activities of the contractor may be required. Organizational conflict of interest rules exist in order to ensure fair competition, maintain the integrity of the procurement process, avoid unfair competitive advantages, protect government interests, and maintain the public trust. The applicability of OCI rules is not limited to any particular kind of acquisition. The rules are more likely to apply to contracts involving 1. Management support services. 2. Consultant or other professional services. 3. Contractor performance of or assistance in technical evaluations, and 4. Systems engineering and technical direction work performed by the contractor where they don't have overall contractual responsibility for development or production. The contracting officer has several OCI-related responsibilities, including identification and analysis of OCIs as early as possible in the acquisition. In addition, when they are identified, the CO must avoid, neutralize, and mitigate them while obtaining advice from counsel and assistance from appropriate technical personnel. In addition to the duties mentioned previously, the CO must advise the HCA about OCI-related issues, document the judgments and decisions made as appropriate, and provide a chance for a contractor to respond to an identified OCI before denying them an award. There are several common types of OCIs, including biased ground rules, impaired objectivity, and unfair competitive advantage spawned by access to proprietary or non-public information. Biased ground rules refers to a situation where a contractor, during the performance of a government contract, influences the terms and conditions of a future contract, potentially giving them an unfair advantage when competing for that future contract. This can occur when the contractor writes the statement of work, specifications, or evaluation criteria for the future contract. An impaired objectivity. OCI arises when a contractor's ability to provide impartial advice or recommendations to the government is compromised by competing interests. This can happen when a contractor is asked to evaluate its own performance or that of a competitor, potentially influencing its recommendations. An unequal access to information OCI occurs when a contractor's access to non-public, competitively useful information on a current contract gives them an unfair advantage in a future procurement, where other offerers do not have similar access. This can compromise the integrity of the procurement process and potentially lead to unfair competitive advantages for the contractor with the unequal access. The FAR also makes it clear that situations other than the examples named in the FAR may also give rise to OCIs. According to the FAR, there are a couple of different things a CO can do to manage an OCI. The CO can avoid the problem by keeping away from it. The CO can neutralize it by rendering it ineffective or harmless, or mitigate it by making it less severe or impactful. In the end, the HCA or other high-ranking official may waive the OCI, which encompasses accepting the risk in favor of another benefit that outweighs the risk of the OCI. To wrap things up, let's review what we discussed. We discussed OCI definitions and applicability. Second, we discussed contracting officer responsibilities. And third, the general OCI rules. Thank you for watching another episode of Source Selection Soundbites. For additional information, check out some of the other videos in this series, other Productivity Partners materials, or our Source Selection Answer app that is available on the Google Play Store and Apple Store. In any event, thanks for watching, and see you next time.